really? Damn. Okay. Yeah. It is.
It's wet.
It
It's
is.
rainy, and it's the Kansai Collective coming to you live from Osaka, Japan. Shinsaibashi, W Station, you know the same
Yes.
spot. We talk about it a lot. Come down, visit, have a drink, learn some Japanese. Hey, you can stay here if you want. There's tons of things you can do. You guys know who it is. Asa Questenberry, joining me always, my partner in crime.
Zane Johnson live in the Kansai.
Live in the Kansai. We're getting a little phrases down, man. We're getting some jingles, some catchphrases.
Yeah, man. I like
Fellas.
the retro sweater, man.
Oh, big Clippers fan. I hate the Lakers. Sorry if that offends any of you guys out there, but what fun is it in rooting for the betting favorite? That sucks.
Oh.
So I'm a Clippers fan. Clippers and Sixers. I'm also a basketball fanatic.
Where'd you get it?
Kyoto. You never believe. I mean, Kyoto, very trendy, very cool. Lots of unique thrifting shops.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I got lured into the vintage shops where everything's $1,000. But lo and behold, top of the pile is this beautiful, beautiful, authentic Clippers sweater, and I have never seen Clippers gear in this country, so it was an immediate purchase. So, Kyoto, good spot. We gotta get some episodes where we are out and about, public.
Yeah, if you guys want to see
places,
that,
let us
please,
know.
let us
Drop
know.
some comments. Do some research. Where do you want us to see us in Kansai? You want us to go to Kyoto, show you some temples? You want us to go
Man.
in Osaka, show you Dotonbori, all the people
Living
hanging
the
out there?
dream.
Nara, you guys want to see some deer? We can do anything you want here at the Kansai Collective.
Facts.
So,
Today, we're going to talk about some things that you're going to need if you want to come out here in Japan.
to Japan.
I know when I first came here, you don't really, it's so difficult to process things, right? Especially if you don't know the language. I don't know if you did know a little tiny bit. But anywho, you definitely need people to guide you when you first come here because
Very true.
if you're trying to stay here and you're moving by yourself, you don't have anybody helping you to do things, man, it's going to be very, very difficult. But you have Asa and Zane here to
Happy to lend you guys
things.
a hand, give you some hints, tips, tricks, mistakes we made, teach you guys what you should, what you shouldn't do. So today we're looking at 4 things you need upon arrival in Japan. And I wish these were, really simple things like you should bring deodorant, which
actually, that is
bring
one
deodorant,
thing.
man,
Yeah, they don't have.
deodorant, not a fan. Everyone, not a fan of Japanese deodorant. Really doesn't work. Bring deodorant, but we're gonna look at more like important, crucial things like paperwork and things you need that you might not find with a couple Google searches.
Yeah,
it might just kind of you get here and your company or whoever says, oh, you should take care of this stuff. You really should take care of this stuff, and we're going to lay down some of those things you need and give you some ideas, ways to go about it, hopefully, making this process of coming here a little bit more smooth. But only if you're coming to Kansai. If you're going to Tokyo, don't even watch this video. You can do whatever out there. So, number 1, I think there's the big 4,
okay.
But number 1, very odd, but it is a hanko.
Wow.
Hanko.
Well, yeah, man. I would say when I first came here, I was lucky enough to use a signature.
What is a hanko?
Oh, hanko. Yes, it is basically a seal verifying that you are confirming that it was you who agreed.
Did said thing.
Yes, exactly.
In Western countries, we just sign things, which is fair enough. In Japan, for the last billion years, they have been using hankos. It's big business, and everyone has one. From a young age, you are gifted a hanko. It's a whole ordeal. I think you please talk more about the hanko. I think I might have one to show people.
Okay. Yeah, for me, when I first came to Japan, I didn't have one. I was using my signature. But yeah, when you start like really immersing yourself into the culture, you'll need to have a hanko to show.
You need a hanko.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's kind of frustrating when you're coming from
Extremely frustrating.
the Western side of the world. But this is how things are done, And so you have to go and get one of these bad boys made, man.
Oh, and they range from a nice
Wow.
$20 to you can
Yes.
spend $500.
So look at my
on a Hanko.
boy.
Oh, that's
yeah, he
that's
got a
company,
good one.
That's a company Hanko though.
Oh,
so
really?
these are required to be unnecessarily wooden and expensive. So maybe I can just
Oh yeah, you can.
prop
Yeah,
this
they
into the
like you said,
screen.
like $20 to like 500, maybe even up to 1,000. I wouldn't doubt it, you know. And let me tell you, one thing that I love about the Hanko is when you go to temples, if you have this little the temple
book.
Yes, the temple books, right? You go to the temple and then you have this temple book, you give it to the priest, and then they stamp it with the temple's seal, right?
Hanko.
And then they write their calligraphy of the temple.
How much does that cost?
300 yen, so
300
it's
yen?
$3.
I was gifted a temple book over the holidays.
Oh, you
I've
mean
yet to
that.
use it
Oh,
because someone told me it's
man.
2,000 yen, about $20, a little bit, maybe 30 euros.
For what?
To get the temple.
Oh no!
They
no,
lied
no.
to me.
They
If you're watching this, you know who you are who told me that. You're a liar. How could
Yeah,
you?
man. Pretty much every temple that I've been to, and I've been to a lot, is 300 yen.
300 yen.
Everyone, it's a
They're pretty
universal
cool.
thing.
So Hankos. Why are Hankos important? As Zane said, just in brief, this is your identification here in Japan. It has pros and cons. Pros being it's extremely hard to steal someone's identity. For example, I have a business here in Japan, and I have 4 Hankos for various processes, whether it's signing bank paperwork, even doing contracts. There's different Hankos you need, and if said piece of paper does not have your Hanko, the official Hanko, it's invalid.
Yo, do you have like the stamp? I think it's called shuniku. Basically, what you dip the Hanko into.
The ink pad?
Yeah, the ink pad.
I have an ink pad. I have a little napkin I wipe it off with. But it's important to get a Hanko, and it's also I mean this is something that's so foreign to Westerners that I'd rather enjoy it. However, spend more than a month here, and you will definitely hear a negative conversation or two about the Hanko process, even with Japanese people. Super mendokusai or bothersome.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's required for everything. Wi-Fi, Hanko. New apartment, Hanko. Phone process, Hanko.
Any legal documents, for sure.
So, places you can get Hankos. There are a variety of Hanko shops all throughout any city. However, if you lack the Japanese ability, it can be. You might want to bring a Japanese friend, or maybe come up with some pre-written script.
Hit up Kansai Kollective. We're here.
We'll help you out. However, there's a large chain store in Japan called Don Quixote. You will notice it immediately. The logo is a giant penguin with a Santa Claus hat, and the stores are like a combination of like Walmart and Alibaba and Target together.
Wow, yeah.
It's a hodgepodge.
Yes.
But on the second floor of most Don Quixote, or somewhere in Don Quixote's, there's a vending machine, digital vending machine, where you can go up, and I think for between 1,500 yen to 3,000 yen, $15 to $30, you can just type out what you want your name to say.
Wow.
And you can get a Hanko made in that vending machine.
Never knew that.
I did that immediately, and that can definitely suffice for all the beginning paperwork. But step 1 coming to Japan, I would definitely say, is Hanko. Extremely important. Extremely important.
What's number 2, my boy?
Number 2 of the big 4. So we got the Hanko. Second one, most important, would probably, depending on your situation, coming from wherever country, number 2 has got to be your bank account.
Yeah.
Getting the bank account set up. Obviously, you're here to Japan. You want to enjoy, have fun in Kansai, but you also want to make some money.
Yeah, like one thing for me, sometimes friends would transfer me money, or my mom. And
my mom. Thanks, Mom.
Yes. If you don't have a bank account, I don't know how you
can't.
Yeah, right. And it's very difficult
now
to send money over here.
Some 7-Eleven ATMs, you can use your international debit card to pull out money. They'll transfer it. The fee's a little steep, but it is possible. But it goes to be said that you want to get your bank account set up as soon as possible.
That was probably the first thing that I did.
Bank
when
account.
I came out here. Yeah, you need it if you want to make money out here. You need a bank account. Now, for me, I know you had a little different situation. I used the Japanese post office, which
JP Post.
has a bank. I think you can get that anywhere in Japan, but
With the post office.
right.
Yeah.
What bank did you have?
So I went to a bank called Shinsei. Shinsei has various pros and cons. One of the pros, they have a English ability at their bank branches. That being said, it's normally busy or understaffed. I don't know what it is, but you can get a bank account set up there at Shinsei. I still use Shinsei for my personal bank. Maybe that's too much information, but it's not too bad. The problem with getting a bank account set up is if you have not been in Japan for some time, you often need a guarantor or a co-signer on your bank account. I don't know if this was the same at JP Post, but for me, that co-signer just became my manager at my company that I was working for, the manager.
Same.
And this is really, it's really just a matter of putting their information down, but you need someone in Japan's information that you can put as your cosigner, or most banks will turn you down. Yeah,
not to put negative energy out there, but there's a lot of foreigners that come here and kind of just live here for a little while and then set things up, or but then just go and
bail out.
Yeah, they just bail out. And
rent payments. Peace.
Yes, right.
Happens all the time.
That hurts us.
Hurts the image.
Who's staying out here, man. So, they go through a lot of loops to make sure they got you
set up
and
in
that
the
you
system. Can't escape.
Yes. Yeah, that's a fact.
Now, pro tip. Before you go to your bank account, I recommend you get a hanko, because this problem I encountered was I didn't do that first. I got my bank account, I think, my second or third day in the country. That was great. However, I signed the paperwork for my bank account.
Okay.
Now, fast forward 6 months later, or the next time I had to do banking information, I had a hanko at that time. And they were like, this is not the same. Which in Japan is like, 10,000 alarms go off, red flags, like not the same, can't continue. So it was a whole process on changing over and getting my new hanko or my hanko registered. So get your hanko first and then use that to sign the bank information. You will save yourself a world of trouble.
Now, seriously, listen to Asa right now. Paperwork is not fun. Something you want to mess up in Japan.
Oh no, because they don't mess up paperwork here.
Oh my God, man! And then you're going. Oh my God, we could have a whole
paperwork
episode. Oh my God, that's probably man.
That will one day we'll hit them, but no. So, hanko bank account number 3,
leading into all connected. You feel me? Is the My Number.
My Number card, yes. What is a My Number card? This is essentially for Americans, I don't know any other countries. This is your social security card.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the only way to go about getting your My Number card is to spend a nice afternoon down at your local ward or district hall and fill out the paperwork.
I know it sounds like fun, but it is not fun. If you
surprisingly boring.
If you like going to the doctor's office and waiting, then you'll love this. But nah, man, this is definitely
bring a friend, and then you may have to treat that friend to drinks or food afterwards, because I mean it's the one place in Japan other than the police station, you probably try to avoid the ward office as much as possible.
Yes. Oh my God.
But another pro tip, wrap it all together. Get your hanko first, get your bank account, and when you go to get your Zairyu card or My Number card, that's the wrong legal document. My Number card, bring your hanko, and in the same trip, get your hanko registered at your ward office.
Wow. Okay.
Because you have to officially register it. Again, it's not enough just to have it. You have to go to your local government office and say, this is the stamp I am using to identify myself. Wow. So you can bundle all that together. So again, so that you don't have to make multiple trips to the ward office, because if there was like a hell on earth in Japan, probably be the ward office.
Watch your mouth, but
I feel like we can say that.
He's right. You'll need a whole day trip. This is a whole day trip. Clear your schedule.
Sit there. Bring a book. Sit there.
But yeah, no. For me to get my for the post office, the Japanese post bank, I needed my number card. It just basically.
So you needed that first.
Yeah, man. It basically registers you, as you said, like your social security.
It says you're living in Japan.
Yeah, man. They're very anal about paperwork, like I said, man.
But things are surprisingly, one of the benefits of COVID, interesting topic, but COVID has shown every country, the flaws in their operating of society. And in Japan, a big spotlight was shown on how inefficient some systems can be, specifically hankos and things like that. So I know the government is working on, making the My Number card super useful and be able to use it for tons of different stuff. So again, it's just worth taking care of, getting it set up. You definitely want to have that done as soon as possible.
Okay. And the last but not least, because all of them are important.
Bank, hanko, My Number card. You get your Zyrio card. What was the fourth one? We have it written down.
I'm not really sure.
We're gonna think.
Yeah, let's think about this. Damn, bro.
I can just cut this.
Okay, good.
I can just cut it to us. Anyway. Phone.
Oh, fuck.
And after a short moment, the fourth thing you need is a phone.
Yes.
Set up here in Japan. A phone and data, a phone and pocket Wi-Fi, whatever you do to make it work. But a phone is crucial.
Okay, why is a phone crucial?
Well, because unless you speak Japanese, you're going to be on your phone quite a bit with Google Translate, Maps.
Right.
Google Maps alone is extremely necessary. Unfortunately, Japan is working to develop their national Wi-Fi, because in most places, Wi-Fi is not that great in Japan.
Wow.
And most cafes, other than large brands, Starbucks, Dotor, Tully's, do not have Wi-Fi. So
crazy.
having a phone set up, having data set up, again, just makes your time here much easier. So it's recommended that you get it set up from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's interesting, man, because for me, when I first came here, I had one of those phones, like the really old phones. I forget what they're called.
A flip phone?
Yeah, the flip phone, but what they're called in Japanese, it was...
what are they called in Japanese? I've never...
I forget, man. But
flip phone.
Nah.
Not just katakana? Okay.
But, yeah, it definitely helped, but... I didn't have, like a smartphone. But I'm sure, if you come to the city, you'll definitely need a phone because, like you said, Google Maps, to
Google
find
Maps
places.
Alone,
you can download apps on there, right, to find the train schedules and stuff.
Even language and navigation alone is, justifies. But there's many ways. There's many companies. Sakura Mobile can get you a pretty good plan. I have mobile.
Okay.
Great naming process for that one. But you can also go with, so the phone plans can again be really expensive in Japan, one of the downsides. So some people, which is what I do, is I have a phone with just calling and I have a pocket Wi-Fi.
Wow. Okay.
And that together is cheaper than a phone plus or number plus data plan from some of the providers here.
Yeah, my boy, you can see, man, he got the business Hanko, he got the pocket Wi-Fi with just the phone, man. Very, very diligent. For me, luckily, I'm married. My wife, she handles all that.
Check done. Zane just relaxes, does nothing.
Yeah,
daigomi da yo.
Oh, yo. Having a Japanese friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever it is,
or
to
just
help.
a friend, platonic friend.
Yes. is definitely very, very
Valuable.
useful. I'm sure you know that through
Yeah.
your taxes, right?
Ooh,
Paperwork.
Another episode of taxes in Japan.
Yeah,
but
man.
yeah, it can be very, very overwhelming. But I promise you guys, if you just take your first 2 weeks when you get here
Yes.
to just set this stuff up, it's gonna take some time. Just know that in the beginning. But once you have it set up, you don't have to worry about it anymore, and everything is easier after that. Check online. There's tons of options for phone plans.
Right.
Some of the bigger providers, SoftBank, Docomo, it's Rakuten.
Yeah.
Rakuten I hear is pretty good, but it can get a little expensive. So do your research. There's tons of stuff you can find in English figuring out your phone plan.
And you will need a Hanko, and you will need your
Yes.
bank book.
All that's required.
Yes.
So
ID number 2. My
guys,
number.
thank you very much for checking out this episode. If you like hearing about what it takes to come to Japan, you like hearing about culture, you like hearing about Kansai
And paperwork.
and paperwork, give us a subscription. Give us a follow. There's too many social medias. I don't know what to say anymore. Comment, like, share, tell your friends, whatever you got to do, but spread the word about Kansai Collective. We're happy to bring you guys episodes every week, Monday and Friday,
Content after
7
content.
p.m. Japan Standard Time. You guys got a question? Let us know down in the comments. We want to hear what you guys are thinking.
Yes.
Maybe you have an idea for an episode. We want responses. We want to talk to you guys. We want you to give us some feedback because, quite frankly, we still don't know what we're doing. So we need your feedback to let us know what works best. As always, thank you, W Station, for giving us a place to film. You guys are in Shinsaibashi. You want to drink, you want to stay somewhere, you want to learn some stuff, come to W Station Osaka. And as always, thank you to the Dronex Global, providing us with the equipment to get this stuff done. We're looking pretty soon. Hopefully by the time this episode is live, you can actually check out our podcast as well as our YouTube. Check out the podcast on YouTube and some other sites. And you guys know where to find our YouTube channel. So thanks again, guys. We appreciate you tuning in and catch us next time.
Peace. Bow.